In the electrifying arena of boxing, few names resonate with as much intensity as Subriel Matias. This fierce competitor, hailing from Puerto Rico, is not just making waves, he's creating a storm in the super lightweight division. With an impressive record of 21 wins, all by knockout, Matias is renowned for his unparalleled power and aggressive style in the ring. But there's more to his story than just statistics. Behind the punches lies a deeply complex narrative filled with triumph, tragedy, and unwavering resilience. What drives Matias? What battles has he fought, not just with his opponents, but within himself? Get ready to dive into the compelling world of Subriel Matias, a man whose journey is as captivating as his fists are devastating. A destructive force in the ring. When Subriel Matias steps into the ring, it's not just another fight, it's an electrifying spectacle. His reputation as a knockout artist has reverberated throughout the super lightweight division, where every bout feels like the final act in a blockbuster thriller. Matias packs an unparalleled punch, and with 21 knockouts under his belt, his ability to end fights early has turned heads from fans and critics alike. But what truly sets Matias apart is his relentless approach to boxing. He's not just looking to win, he's looking to dominate. Opponents have found themselves in a whirlwind of pressure, often gasping for breath as he relentlessly hounds them. Many have either thrown in the towel or succumbed to what they couldn't withstand, the sheer intensity of Matias's strikes. With each round that ticks by, spectators can feel the tension in the air, wondering if this will be the moment another fighter falls to the canvas. Yet, it's not solely about the numbers. Matias's style captivates audiences, his footwork is astute, his feints are deceptive, and the raw power behind his punches sends opponents crashing down faster than they can anticipate. Every jab, hook, and uppercut tells a story of his preparation and fervent desire to rise above the challenges he faces. Opponents step into the ring believing they can withstand this storm, but each time, Matias has shown them otherwise. As the crowd roars for his next bout, the atmosphere is palpable. They know they're in for a thrilling ride, where every second could see another jaw-dropping knockout. The burning question remains, how many more opponents will Matias lay to waste before someone figures out how to withstand his explosive force? As he continues to hone his craft and dive deeper into the game, fans are left anticipating what the future holds for this destructive force within the boxing world. The knockout artist isn't done yet, and his story is only beginning to unfold. Early life and struggles. Subriel Matias was born on March 31, 1992, in a poor neighborhood of Puerto Rico. From a young age, he was thrust into a life filled with challenges that many of us can barely imagine. The streets were tough, and the odds were stacked against him. With limited resources and widespread social issues, Matias learned early on that survival meant being tough and resourceful. Growing up, Matias was often involved in street fights, an instinctive defense mechanism honed by his environment. Violence and struggle were part of his reality, leaving little room for dreams of a better future. However, it was also these experiences that would ultimately lead him to find solace in boxing. At the age of 16, after witnessing the harsh impact of street life on his friends and family, Matias discovered boxing. For him, it wasn't just a sport. It was a way to channel his anger and frustration into something that could transform his life. Little did he know, this decision would be pivotal, not only for his future but also for the lives of those who would face him in the ring. Matias joined a local boxing gym and quickly fell in love with the sport. Each jab and hook became a way to escape the struggles of his upbringing. The gym served as a refuge, a place where he learned discipline, resilience, and strategy, skills that would become instrumental in his boxing career. Despite the late start, he showcased raw talent and determination, which caught the eye of trainers and boxing enthusiasts. His rise from the streets of Puerto Rico to becoming a formidable contender wasn't just a testament to his boxing ability, it was a reflection of the struggles he had overcome. With every punch he threw, he was fighting not just for victories but also for a chance at a life devoid of the hardships he had faced. Matias' early years were filled with hardship, yet they shaped him into the resilient fighter we see today. And while his background may have been fraught with struggle, it ignited a fire within him that would drive him to pursue greatness in the ring. Knowing his past, it's hard not to root for a fighter who embodies hope and transformation, turning pain into power and adversity into achievements. This journey is just the beginning, as every boxer in the ring has a story to tell, and Matias's narrative is one that is still unfolding. But what happened next in the evolution of Subriel Matias would both inspire and challenge him like never before. Subriel Matias may not have embarked on his boxing journey until the age of 16, but when he did, it was as if a switch had been flipped. Initially stepping into the ring for self-defense and fitness, he quickly found an undeniable passion for the sport, channeling the challenges of his early life into a fierce determination. He dedicated himself to mastering the craft, training rigorously in developing skills that many fighters only dream of having. It didn't take long for Matias to transition into the professional circuit, where the true boxing world opened up for him in 2015. From his debut, it became evident that Matias was not just another fighter, he was a rising star. With each match, he showcased breathtaking power and a relentless fighting style that left opponents on the canvas. He faced doubters and skeptics who underestimated him due to his late start, but he embraced this challenge, using it to fuel his training and performances. His combination of raw talent and unwavering grit allowed him to rack up victories, with most bouts ending in spectacular KOs. Before long, Matias completed an impressive streak, gathering attention not only for his knockout prowess but also for his ability to remain composed against more seasoned opponents. Promoters began to notice, and his name became synonymous with excitement and anticipation. Where others saw obstacles, Matias saw opportunities, rapidly transforming from an underdog to a formidable contender, ready to take on the best in the sport. His rise, though meteoric, was just beginning. It was clear that the boxing world hadn't seen the last of Subriel Matias, as he was poised to turn the late start into an inspiring comeback story, one that would captivate fans around the globe. Defining fights and turning points. Every boxer has defining moments, matches that not only shape their career but also reveal their character. For Subriel Matias, these pivotal fights have redefined what it means to be a fighter. One of the standout moments came against Jeffrey Fontanez in 2018. This match was not just another fight, it was a brutal showcase of Matias' power and endurance. He stormed into the ring with one goal in mind: victory at all costs. Within 2 explosive rounds, he knocked Fontanez out cold, leaving the audience in awe. This decisive win was more than just a statistic, it caught the attention of boxing promoters and fans alike, catapulting Matias into the spotlight he had long coveted. Fast forward to his encounter with Maxim Datev in 2019, which would serve as an emotional turning point in his life. The fight ended on a somber note, with Datev collapsing in the aftermath and ultimately losing his life. This tragic incident forced Matias to confront the horrifying realities of the sport, reminding him that boxing is not just a game, but a life-or-death struggle. The emotional toll weighed heavily on him, causing him to question his path and purpose as a fighter. Yet, against all odds, Matias rose again. His comeback fight against Jonathan Ennis in 2020 was nothing short of a declaration that he would not be defined by tragedy. With renewed focus, he knocked Ennis out and regained his confidence, showing he could channel past pain into fierce determination. Each of these fights has shaped Matias, not only molding him into a relentless competitor but also adding layers of resilience, a hallmark trait of champions. What's even more intriguing is how Matias transformed those turning points into a robust narrative of perseverance. Each punch tells a story, and with each victory, he sends a powerful message: a fighter isn't just defined by wins and losses, but by how they rise after being knocked down. And just around the corner, his next chapter awaits, promising to be just as riveting as the last. The death of Maxim Datev, a devastating chapter in Subriel Matias' life. In the high-stakes world of professional boxing, tragedy can strike when least expected, and for Subriel Matias, this sobering reality became all too raw during his bout against Maxim Datev. This fateful encounter took place in 2019 and served as a pivot point not just in Matias' career, but in his life, a haunting chapter that would forever alter his approach to the sport. A night to remember, but for the wrong reasons. Leading up to the fight, Matias was riding high on his momentum. He had built a name for himself as a ferocious competitor, eager to prove his prowess in the ring against anyone willing to accept the challenge. The fight against Datev was meant to be another stepping stone, a chance to validate his rise in the super lightweight division. But what unfolded was catastrophic. The match was fierce and filled with relentless exchanges and powerful blows. Matias delivered punches that echoed through the arena, showcasing his strength and tenacity. Tensions were high, and the audience was engaged, cheering for the relentless action. A sudden turn of events. However, the triumph was overshadowed when, following an intense 10-round contest, Datev collapsed backstage after the bout. Despite the frantic efforts of medical personnel, the fight ended tragically, as Datev died. Matias, who had just participated in what was supposed to be a celebrated victory, found himself suffocated by guilt and sorrow, a burden even the strongest fighters can find hard to bear. Altered perception of power. This devastating incident forced Matias to reevaluate his relationship with boxing. The sport he loved became a reminder of the fragility of life and the consequences that come with it. He grappled with emotions of grief and responsibility, questioning his role in the brutal reality of the ring. This tragic loss did not merely affect Matias on a professional level, it challenged his mental fortitude and emotional stability. Rebuilding after the tragedy. Despite the heavy emotional weight, Matias chose to rise from the depths of despair. He committed to maintaining a balance between his ferocity in the ring and the compassion required outside of it. His return to the sport was marked by a determination to honor Datev's memory, vowing never to forget the gravity of their encounters. Looking forward. As he stepped back into the ring, Matias emerged with renewed focus and a determination to transform the heartbreak into strength. Each blow he delivered thereafter carried an undertone of respect and an understanding that behind every fighter, there's a life filled with dreams, challenges, and pain. The memory of Maxim Datev will forever be etched in Matias' heart, a constant reminder of the complexities of boxing. Through resilience and passion, Matias continues to forge ahead in his career, transforming an unfathomable tragedy into a testament to the spirit of a fighter. In this journey, he teaches fans that boxing is not just about power and victory, it's about humanity, connection, and learning from the past. Subriel Matias remains a warrior in the ring, but now embodies a fighter who understands that each punch is part of a greater story, one that transcends the sport itself. The comeback begins. After the heartbreaking loss of Maxim Datev, Subriel Matias found himself at a crossroads. The devastating event shook him to his core, leaving him in a whirlwind of emotions ranging from guilt to determination. Rather than allowing the tragedy to define him, Matias turned this pain into a source of strength. He knew that the ring was where he felt most alive and that he owed it to himself, and to Datev's memory, to come back stronger. In February 2020, just months after the fight that changed everything, Matias re-entered the ring against Jonathan Ennis. This wasn't merely another match, it was a statement. With a fire in his heart and a renewed sense of purpose, Matias approached the fight like a lion ready to reclaim his territory. Round after round, he demonstrated not just his boxing skills, but his resilience and tenacity. The bout ended with Matias scoring a decisive knockout in the second round, a powerful message to his critics and himself. But this wasn't just about physical prowess, it was a mental battle, too. Many believed that the shadows of the past might haunt him, but Matias embraced them, channeling his experiences into his training and preparation. His comeback was not just a return to competition, it was a renaissance. Every punch he threw was a tribute to his journey, reminding him that he was still in the fight. As Matias stepped out of the ring that night, the roar of the crowd wasn't just applause, it was validation. He had risen from the depths of despair, and in doing so, he re-established himself as a contender in the super lightweight division. Viewers were left wondering what would come next in this remarkable tale of redemption. Would he continue on his victorious path or face new challenges that could threaten his resurgence? Stay tuned, because the next chapter in Matias's journey promises to be as thrilling as the last. Setbacks and resilience. Setbacks are an inevitable part of any athlete's journey, but for Subriel Matias, overcoming adversity has become his trademark. After tasting defeat against the relatively unknown Ananan, many expected Matias to falter. Perhaps they thought the pressure would be too much. Instead, he used that loss as fuel for his comeback, transforming disappointment into a powerful motivator. This attitude reflects his unwavering belief in progress over perfection. Matias didn't just train harder, he trained smarter. Each punch he throws is now imbued with valuable lessons learned from his mistakes. He meticulously studied tape not only of his own fights but also of his future opponents, analyzing their weaknesses and strategies. The loss pushed him to evolve into a more complete fighter, one who could adapt and overcome any challenge thrown his way. But resilience for Matias isn't just about physical training, it's also a mental game. Rising from the depths of despair after the incident with Maxim Datev, he fought against the doubts lingering in his mind. Matias has spoken openly about the emotional weight of being a knockout artist, a burden that comes with the responsibilities of power. Instead of shying away from it, he embraced his role, channeling that haunting experience into strength both in and out of the ring. Once back on track, Matias experienced a series of victories, each one carving deeper numbers into his knockout record and reinstating confidence in fans and critics alike. His comeback bouts earned him the nickname, the Resilient One, as he continues to bounce back from adversity with newfound strength. Each fight is a testament to his dedication and commitment to not just making a name for himself but ensuring that his story is one of triumph against all odds. Currently, as he prepares for his upcoming bouts, Matias remains laser-focused. He understands that resilience isn't just about bouncing back, it's a continuous challenge to improve and embrace the journey. As he steps into the ring, you can sense a different kind of fire in his eyes, one fueled by past challenges, ready to write the next chapter in a story filled with achievement. And what lies ahead will not just be another fight, it'll be the next thrilling installment of a fighter who refuses to be beaten, both in life and in the ring. Climbing to the championship. The road to championship glory for Subriel Matias was paved with determination and a series of hard-fought battles. After securing his position as a mandatory challenger, anticipation grew around his IBF super lightweight world title fight. With countless hours of training and an unyielding focus on victory, Matias was mentally and physically prepared to step into the ring once again. His opponent, the reigning champion, was renowned for his fierce striking and tactical acumen. However, Matias entered the ring with a fire ignited by past experiences. The atmosphere was electric, fans filled the arena, their energy palpable as they chanted for their favorite fighter. As the bell rang, Matias unleashed a cascade of power punches that set the tone for the match. In the early rounds, Matias showcased his impressive footwork and defensive skills, dodging blows while delivering his own with striking precision. With each round, he began to break down the champion, pushing him into a corner, forcing him to adjust. It wasn't long before Matias's relentless pursuit paid off, as he landed a series of body shots that visibly shook his opponent. As the fight approached the later rounds, whispers filled the air. Could Matias actually unseat the champion? Just when everyone thought they had seen it all, Matias executed a stunning uppercut, a defining moment that reverberated throughout the crowd. The reigning champion staggered, a look of disbelief etched across his face. In a final display of resilience, Matias seized the momentum, launching a barrage of punches that sent his opponent to the canvas. The referee began the count, and the crowd erupted in cheers. In that moment, Matias knew he wasn't just fighting for a title, he was fighting to solidify his legacy. As the referee's hand hit the mat for the final count, a rush of emotions flooded through Matias, triumph, relief, and vindication all wrapped into one. He had conquered the championship title, a testament to his journey that included rising from adversity, overcoming personal demons, and silencing doubters. With the championship belt draped across his shoulder, Matias stood tall, a fighter reborn and a champion in every sense of the word. The victory was more than just a personal achievement, it was a statement to all those who had doubted him. With this championship win, Matias had cemented his place in the boxing world, but as the cheers echoed in his ears, he knew this was only the beginning of his next chapter. What would unfold next in his career is anyone's guess, but one thing's for sure, Subriel Matias is a name that will be etched into the annals of boxing history.